Bonjour, it's Mrs. Gibbons here. Hope you're all well. Okay, so this week we are learning to revise French vocabulary through doing a quiz. We're going to have a go at playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, just to help us recap and refresh our minds over all the vocabulary that we've been learning over the last few weeks, because we've covered quite a lot. So hopefully you might have seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire before on the telly. It is a quiz show where you are trying to win £1 million by answering multiple choice questions. Now you do get 3 lifelines to help you. So if you get stuck, there are different things you can do. Now, obviously, because we're playing this game via a video lesson, I have made some slight changes to those. So I'm just going to go through with you what they are. So, as I said, it's a multiple choice quiz. So for each question, there are 4 possible answers, A, B, C, and D. However, if you get stuck, you can choose to use a lifeline. You've got 3 to choose from, but you can only use each one once, and then that's it used. So your 3 options, if you are stuck on a question, are that you can look it up. So you could go onto an online dictionary and see if you can find out what the words mean. Or you could use the 2 guesses. So as I mentioned, there are 4 possible answers. So if you use the 2 guesses lifeline, you can choose 2 of those. And if either of those are correct, you go through to the next round. Your 3rd lifeline is to skip or pass on that question. So if you're on a question and you're stuck, you could choose to use the pass on this question lifeline, and you would just move on to the next round. So the aim of the game is to keep answering the questions correctly to move up to the next amount of money, obviously with the top amount being £1 million. Whatever amount you are on when you go wrong and go out of the quiz, that's how much you're going to have won. Okay, so if you got to the round that is worth £8,000 and you got the question wrong, then you've left with £8,000. Okay, I don't mind if you carry on just to see how you get on with the questions, but obviously your prize money would be whatever round you went out on. So let's have a go. Question 1. You're going to have to write on a piece of paper A, B, C or D. Oh, at the top of your piece of paper, sorry, just should have mentioned this. Top of your piece of paper, I'd like you to write down your 3 lifelines. Look it up, 2 guesses and pass. So then when you've used one of those lifelines, I'd like you to cross it out so you know it's gone and you can't use it again. Okay, obviously when you've used up all 3 lifelines, you're going to have to try and answer the questions without using any lifelines to help you. The questions do get progressively more difficult as well. So think carefully about whether you need to use a lifeline or whether you should save it for later on in the game. Okay, so question 1. This is worth 100. Well, it says it's a dollar sign, but we're going to say pounds. So what does un chien mean? Is it A, a dog, B, a bird, C, a cat, or D, a fish? If you need to use a lifeline, such as looking it up, then obviously pause the video, go away, look it up, and then come back and unpause when you are ready to see the correct answer. So on your piece of paper, you need to write down either A, B, C, or D. If you're using a lifeline, you need to put a line through it on your paper so you know you've used it. Okay, so the correct answer is A, a dog. Un chien is a dog. Okay, so if you got that one correct, you are moving on to the next question, which is worth £200. So for £200, how do you say my dad in French? Is it A, mon frère, B, ma mère, C, mon grand-père, or D, mon père? Okay, so write your answer. If you need more time, you can pause it. Right, let's see what the answer is. So the answer is mon père, my dad. Okay, so if you got that right, you have won £200 and you're moving on to the next one, which is worth £300. So just remember to pause the video while you're writing down your answer, and when you are ready to see the answer, you can move on. Okay, number 3. What does the adjective petit mean in English? Does it mean A, nice, B, ferocious, C, big, or D, small? So pause the video while you write your answer down. Unpause when you're ready. Okay, so the answer is D, small. Petit means small. Okay, moving on to £400. How do you say big in French? Is it A, féroce, B, gentil, C, grand, or D, rigolo? So which of those means big? Don't forget, if you want to use a lifeline, you can, but just cross it off on your sheet. You could pass, you could give two answers, or you could look it up. Okay, let's look at the answer then. The answer is C, grand. Okay, moving on to £500. What does the following sentence mean? Voici ma mère. Elle s'appelle Sophie. So does that mean A, here is my sister? B, here is my sister. She is called Sophie. Is it C, here is my mum. She is called Sophie. Or is it D, Sophie is my mum? So I'm looking for a direct translation there, so you need to be very careful. Okay, pause it until you're ready to see the answer. Okay, the answer is C. Here is my mum. She is called Sophie. Okay, let's have a look at the £1,000 question. What does this question mean in English? As-tu des frères ou des sœurs? I'll just repeat that. As-tu des frères ou des sœurs? Does that mean A, do you have a brother? B, how old are you? C, do you have a pet? Or D, do you have any brothers or sisters? So pause the video till you are ready to see your answer. Okay, moving on, the answer to this one is D, do you have any brothers or sisters? Okay, moving on to 2000. How would you say in French, I have one brother and two sisters? Is it A, j'ai un frère et une sœur? Is it B, j'ai deux frères et une sœur? Is it C, j'ai un frère et trois sœurs? Or is it D, j'ai un frère et deux sœurs? Okay, don't forget, you might have lifelines available if you want to use them. Pause the video till you're ready to see the answer. Okay, so moving on to the answer, it is D. J'ai un frère, I have a brother, or one brother, et deux sœurs, and two sisters. Okay, moving on to £4,000 now. How would you say, I have 3 rabbits in French? Would you say, je n'ai pas d'animal? Sorry, that is A. A, je n'ai pas d'animal. B, j'ai 3 souris. C, j'ai 3 lapins. Or D, j'ai un chat. So which one of those means I have 3 rabbits? Pause the video till you're ready to see the answer. Okay, the answer is j'ai 3 lapins. So that is C, j'ai 3 lapins. Okay, moving on to £8,000. What is un singe in English? Is it A, a monkey, B, a giraffe, C, a tiger, or D, an elephant? Pause the video. When you are ready to see the answer, unpause it. Okay, the answer is A, a monkey. Un singe is a monkey. Fabulous, well done. Hope you're still doing well. Okay, next one. We've jumped up to 32 there. I made a slight mistake when I was making this quiz, so I've given you quite a little bit of extra money there. Right, so how do you say a nose in French? Is it A, une tête, B, des yeux, C, une bouche, or D, un nez? So which of those is a nose in French? Pause the video until you're ready to see the answer. Don't forget you might still have some lifelines you could use. Okay. So the answer is a nose. So I was casting your mind back quite a while because that's one of the first things that we looked at when we started doing French, isn't it? Okay, next question. Hope that some of you are still in the game. This is £64,000 now. What does je te présente ma famille mean? Does it mean A, let me introduce you to my family? B, this is my mum? C, I have no brothers or sisters? Or D, I don't have any pets? So pause the video till you're ready to see the answer. Okay, and the answer is A, let me introduce you to my family. Okay, or I introduce you to my family. So, well done. On to 125,000 now. We are definitely getting nearer the million. So these questions are getting trickier or from further back. So having to cast your mind back further. So, right, what does this mean in English? J'ai un bras petit. Does it mean A, I have a pointy nose? B, I have a big foot? C, I have a small arm? Or D, I have an enormous arm? Which one of those is the correct answer? Okay, and the answer is, I have a small arm. Okay, moving on to 250,000. Which is the correct way of saying a when talking about a feminine noun? So think about that fairy tale I told you. How do we say a in French if we're talking about a noun which is feminine? Is it le, which is a, B is un, C is la, and D is une. So which of those would you use if you in front of a feminine noun if you wanted to say a? Don't forget you could use your lifelines if you've not used them yet. Okay, so the correct answer is coming up in a second. So if you don't want to see it yet, you need to press pause. Right, the correct answer is D, une. Okay, £500,000 now. So remember I told you a rule about adjectives that we repeated to a little rhythm. So can you fill in that missing word in the rule? Okay, an adjective always matches with the something that it describes. So is the missing word A, verb, B, preposition, C, adverb, D, noun? Okay, which word goes in the gap there? Pause your video if you need some time. Okay, and the answer is D, noun. Remember, an adjective always matches with the noun that it describes. Okay, final question, £1 million. I hope some people are still in this game. So, how would you say I have 3 horses in French? So this is from the last lesson that we did when we looked at making the animals plural. Okay, so look very carefully at your endings and see if you remember which one it is. Now, this is £1 million question, so it is tricky. So, A, is it j'ai 3 chevaux? B, j'ai 3 chevals? C, j'ai 3 chevals? D, j'ai 3 animaux? So which of those will be the correct way of saying I have 3 horses in French? Okay. So I'm going to reveal the answer in a second. So if you don't want to see it just yet, you need to press pause. Okay, the answer is j'ai 3 chevaux. So if you remember, that was one of the animals that the ending changed when you made it plural. Okay, fabulous. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you managed to win lots of money. Please do let me know how you got on. You could tweet us, you could email me or your class teachers and let us know how you've done and if we have got any millionaires out there now that are very rich after this game. Okay, fabulous. Look after yourselves. Au revoir.